Hey, what's up? Yeah, I wrote down some notes on things to talk about this time. Pedaled my ass down to the park. Um, I'm still waking up with blurred vision. I'm still having hearing problems, but I believe it's because of the weapons. Because I had a doctor give me antibiotics. I've had 2 blood tests. I've had my blood sugar taken. I did a urinalysis. I don't have diabetes. Doctors keep saying my heart sounds fine. I know I'm a little overweight now. I have been trying to eat healthier, but these problems continue no matter what I do. My blood pressure's fine. Doctors are either covering it up or literally there's nothing wrong with me and it's just these weapons, which I have documented in some of my videos, that these weapons do exist and they have been affecting me. I bought a pack of cigarettes today, so yeah, so much for trying to quit. I mean, I'm probably still gonna quit, but they're light cigarettes. I don't know. I've Okay, I guess I'll start going over my notes and talking about the things that I want to talk about. I don't know if I'm still being poisoned or not yet. I definitely was poisoned in the past. They've sprayed things on my cigarettes. They've put stuff in my food. They've drugged me through my beer. Um, anyway, I think I spoke about this in a previous video. I started ordering from an Italian restaurant, and I ordered eggplant parmesan. And as I stated, I kept trying to eat it, and every time I ate it, I threw up. Um, Last night, I'd ordered eggplant parmesan from another Italian restaurant. I didn't eat the entire meal, but I ate some of it. I wound up feeling not too hungry after eating only a little bit. I got an upset stomach. I went to sleep anyway, and I woke up feeling even worse, and my stomach's even worse today. Um, I'm almost certain I was poisoned again. Um, you know, the owner of this restaurant was a really nice guy. I can't really fathom that he would do this willingly. I know the government's behind this, and I know for a fact that if my food was poisoned, someone told him to. I know I'm being surveilled 24/7. I'm afraid to eat anything, and a lot of my perps. When I was in the psych ward, I'm always gang stalked into the psych ward. It's like everybody there is a plant when my mom puts me in those places. And they were telling me covertly to do things. So they would be like, "Man, I really want a green smoothie right now," and some of them would say, "I'm going vegan. I'm going vegan," and they try to get me to go vegan. Um, some of them tell me, "Oh, I'm gonna do a detox. I'm gonna do a detox," and one of them said, "I'm gonna start fasting soon, so I can detox." So maybe it is best that I fast. I think a lot of these low-level perps actually are starting to feel bad for me, and they're telling me certain things that I should do. But it's definitely not stopping what's actually happening to me. So yeah, I mean, I fasted for a day a few times, but I'm not so sure about doing a couple-day fast. I've never done that before. But I think it might be in my best interest at this point. I sold some of my belongings that I didn't need. So I have a little bit of pocket money, so I can get a couple things to eat if I do get hungry during my fast. Um, that's kind of an oxymoron. Um, so also, I'm not sure if this has anything to do with being a targeted individual, but it's come to my attention that radionics machines and psionic machines are at least what some of this technology is based on. Some of the psychotronic weapons, I believe, are based on radionics machines and psionic machines. If you don't know what that is, and you're a targeted individual, I think you should research these subjects. A lot of people use radionics machines for good purposes, for good things, but also they can be used for nefarious purposes. I think you should research the subject and take a look, because I believe that's what these weapons are at least based on. I don't think people are actually using radionics on us. I think these weapons are based on it. So there has to be some kind of truth behind these devices actually working. I mean, somebody told me that radionics devices are banned in California for farmers, because farmers were using them and their crops were growing really hardy, you know. I don't know how true that is. Somebody told me that. So let's see. I used to build some circuits like crystal radios and amplifiers and you know, what else? Like synthesizers that are based on oscillators. I think that if I ever find a place to live, a reliable place to live, I think I would like to start a small electronics business. Either building handmade electronics, or you know, selling something that has to do with electronics, or maybe even if I do a little more research into radionics and I try some radionics out, if it does work, maybe I'll build the devices and sell them, you know, because there's a lot of money to be had in that, from what I understand. Let's see. So yeah, I really do need a place to live. So if anybody is renting a small home or something like that, and they think that I can afford it on a disability check, please let me know. Both of my hips are replaced, so or if anybody has a job where I can sit down and work so I can get off of disability, because I would like to get off disability eventually and get a sit-down job, a job where I'm sitting down working on electronics or something like that, because I mean, I'm not an expert with circuitry, and I'm not an electrical engineer, but I do have a little knowledge from that being my hobby. When I was younger, I would like to get back into it. I am isolated, so if anybody wants to reach out to me, feel free. I don't really have anybody to talk to besides perpetrators behind my harassment. A lot of my communications are tampered with. I don't even think I get all my phone calls. So, to be honest, I'd be really surprised if I ever got a hold of anybody who wasn't a perpetrator. And even when I do, because of the paranoia this has caused me, I don't know who to trust. Somebody could be a good person and not be a perpetrator behind my harassment, and I would still be paranoid and not trust them because of all this shit that's happened to me. Also, I wanted to talk about the occult. When I was younger, I dabbled in the Simon Necronomicon. That was the version I had, and I dabbled in a little bit of stuff like that. I also dabbled in some psychic stuff when I was a teenager. I dabbled loosely in some stuff like that. I don't know if I still believe in that stuff or not, but I thought it would be notable that I did dabble in that, whether it's real or not. I was wondering if other TIs or SRAs ever dabbled in any of that stuff at all. Also, I did mention the either the alien holograms or the alien psyop in my last video. I think it would be good to mention that one of my grandfathers claimed to have saw a UFO before I was born. He was a farmer, and he claimed to have seen a UFO the size of a football field. I have a phone call. It's from an 866 number. Hold on. Hello. Hello. Wrong number. Thanks. Bye. So yeah, that was the wrong number. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure stuff like this happens just to stop me from making videos. Let's see. I saw some other TIs on YouTube claim to have cameras in their eyes. There was a YouTuber that was doing close-up of her eyes, and it looked like little rectangular LCD screens in her eyes. There have been instances where I've looked in the mirror and I noticed something in my eyes. I just wanted to note that. I'm not sure if it's if there's definitely something in there or not. I would like to get a USB microscope and put it up to my eye and take a look. You know, have a little closer look. Street theater. Yesterday there was some street theater in front of my house. I used to have a medical marijuana card after my first hip replacement. And they are trying to get me to approach people to buy marijuana from them. There was a person outside of my house yesterday with a Pennsylvania license plate, and he was talking on the phone about weed, walking up and down my street, then going to the side street and walking back, walking in front of me. He was wearing a Bob Marley shirt, and he was saying like loud on purpose so that I'd hear it about the weed. And he did this for at least 30 minutes. I sat outside and watched him do this. I filmed some of it, and then when I went to my computer to plug in my phone to upload it, the video file was gone. And then later in the day, there was somebody with a New York license plate sleeping in his car on the street in front of my house. When I went outside, he woke up and he was looking at me and watching me. He was just sitting in there watching me, so I waved to him and he left. I thought that was a little odd. He does not live on my street. I know all the cars that are on this street, and he was not one of them. Also, you know, all these out-of-state license plates everywhere. So yeah, my narcissistic mother, once again yesterday was arguing with me, and you know, I bought her a nice Android box for a TV for Christmas, and I tried to get her to go on the internet and not just research some of this stuff, but just to get her away from Jerry Springer. She's been watching Jerry Springer since I was a little kid, and I think it like fuels her narcissism, you know what I mean? And I want her to get away from that. I'd like her to watch some YouTube or something, but she won't do it, and any